If you want to make $10,000 a month closing commercial painting deals, you need to stop being comfortable. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 uncomfortable things that every beginner needs to do to land their first commercial painting deal. And they suck. But if you stick with them, I promise you will skyrocket your commercial painting sales. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is start understanding that chasing the big, shiny jobs isn't the only way to make commercial painting sales. When I was new to commercial painting sales, someone called me to paint one door. And I remember thinking, there's no money in that. I've got bigger jobs to land. And I almost didn't call them back. But within a single month of working with this client, I went from painting one door to painting the entire storefront of their entire mall. And it added thousands of dollars to my commercial painting business. So the first uncomfortable thing is this: avoiding the small, less attractive jobs doesn't improve your sales. It reinforces a mindset that ends up limiting your sales. Because before you know it, you're sitting there watching your sales tank because you told yourself you're just waiting for the right job to come along. So next time you see a small, lower value deal and you think you want to avoid it, that's the one you bid on first, even if it's just one door, because size does matter. But landing deals is a completely different problem because most beginners blow the deal the second they open their mouth. I sent a proposal over to a commercial painting client and they came back with, I got 2 other bids that are lower. So I thought, I'll just drop my price to win the sale. But then they asked me something I'll never forget. What exactly are you leaving out if you're dropping your price? I had no answer. That's when I realized the second you drop the price, they stop trusting you. So the second uncomfortable thing is this: walk into every commercial painting deal detached from the outcome. Tell them your price is what it is because that's what it's going to take to do the job the right way. And it may be scary at first, but when the commercial client pushes back on the price, stay confident and don't lower it. Because the second you're detached from the outcome, you stop being just another sales guy chasing the deal and you start being someone they actually want to hire. But here's the thing. There's one important step to selling commercial painting deals that almost everyone starting out misses. There were weeks that went by that I couldn't land a single commercial painting deal. I even was staying up late at night wondering if I was cut out for this. But I didn't stop. And that following week, I finally landed a commercial painting deal. The client told me, "You understood exactly what I wanted," and they signed the deal right there. That was a great week. So the third uncomfortable thing is this: do the daunting homework of researching and learning about every commercial painting client before you meet them. But how do you do that? Well, let me show you 2 areas you need to study every time. First is go to their website and find their company's vision or their value pages, and I would memorize them. I know that sounds like a lot of work, but you can use it directly in the conversation you have with them. And when you do that, they'll notice it right away. Number 2 is go to their LinkedIn personal profile. Read about what they're talking about, what they care about, and how long they've been working in the role. It gives you a ton of topics to talk to them about when you meet them. So to prevent going weeks without any sales, do the homework and you won't just win the deal. It'll skyrocket the trust every commercial client is going to have in you. But here's the thing. The beginners who are winning the big commercial painting deals aren't doing it the way that you'd expect. A few months ago, I finally got an opportunity to meet a commercial client I had been chasing for years, but our conversation didn't start off that good. There was too much pressure that I had built up that was causing me to doubt that I was even good enough to close the deal. So I took a small break and went outside to try and clear my mind. The thing is, I actually didn't land the deal that day. But when I came back inside, something shifted. I was actually listening to them instead of worrying about everything else that was going on. So the fourth uncomfortable thing is this: spend 10 minutes of silence right before you meet the commercial painting client. It's a proven fact that just 5 to 10 minutes of silence will calm you down. And I know this sounds like torture, but just sit there and clear out your mind. Everything that's piled up, all the jobs that you're stressed about, the doubt that you have, all of it. So you can shift your attention to focusing solely on the commercial painting client's wants and needs. But even when your attention is focused on the commercial client, that's when beginners make the mistake that costs them the deal anyway. I always thought that commercial painting deals were won by just showing up, asking about the project, and sending a bid over. But I probably lost hundreds of thousands of dollars that way. But one commercial painting deal went a lot differently. The commercial client actually started giving me a lot more details about what happened on the last deal. And instead of steering it back to the project, I just let the conversation stay focused on what they wanted. That conversation ended with me landing a $97,000 commercial painting deal with 0 pushback on the price. But it didn't just stop there. I've been running every commercial painting deal the same way ever since. So the fifth uncomfortable thing is this: slow down and ask the hard questions that most beginners skip because they're too afraid to be confrontational. But the question is, what is a question to ask? Well, there are 3 questions you need to ask at every commercial painting deal. Number 1, what's the one thing that's gone wrong with painters in the past? Here, you're not trying to get a specific answer, just trying to uncover where the trust broke down with the last painter so you can explain how you're better. Number 2, what matters more, price, speed, or no complaints? With this one, you're uncovering the number 1 decision they're going to use when they're comparing you to everyone else. And number 3, if everything went perfect on this project, what would that look like to you? Now here, you're just trying to get them to say what they really want, but in their own words. So you can make your project scope, the expectations, and the delivery match exactly what they want. So these are the 5 uncomfortable things you have to do. And at first, it's going to feel awkward, even pointless to do them all. And there will be times that you mess them up just a little bit. But the only way to go from $0 to $10,000 a month is not negotiating with your emotions, but sticking to the plan. This is your future self doing it for you so you can skyrocket your commercial painting sales. But if you want to stay disciplined, you have to go watch this video so you can build an income generating machine and make $100,000 a month without running a single advertisement. Thank you very much for your time and attention.